All right, guys, it is time for my week 6 picks here. I can't believe we're already in week 6. It literally felt like just a couple weeks ago. We were waiting for the season to begin. We were excited about football, and now we are in week 6. Isn't that crazy how time flies? Going into the first Thursday night game, Broncos versus Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs all day here. I know Russell Wilson has so far been cooking, ironically, but the defense is just absolutely terrible, which it's so sad to see because I think last year the Broncos defense was solid and Russell Wilson was terrible, and now it's the complete opposite. And the Broncos are probably the worst defense along with the Chicago Bears and the Commanders. So, yeah, give me the Chiefs here. And I don't think Patrick Mahomes has ever lost to the Broncos, and I expect that streak to continue. But going on to the next game, the Ravens versus the Titans. I believe they're playing that in London. That's why they're playing at 8:30 a.m. Central Time, so early in the morning. But I think the Titans here actually pull it off. Lamar Jackson is just not playing that great as of late. I don't like how he's been playing, especially against the Steelers. I know division matchups and stuff, and Lamar Jackson, he could pull it off here, but Derrick Henry, DeAndre Hopkins, they've been playing solid even though they lost to the Colts. I think they're going to pull it off here. Lamar tends to struggle against good defenses, and the Titans are a solid defense. Not great, but they're solid enough, so I expect the Titans to pull it off here. Commanders versus Falcons. The Falcons are at home this time, and again, I believe, and Ridder, I believe, is also 31 straight wins at home. At home again, I think the Falcons are going to win here. Honestly, it could go either way, as you can see by the over-under or the line here, 2.5 for the Falcons in favor. But the Commanders, they lost to us last week, gave up 40. Their defense is absolutely terrible. The head coach is not doing them any favors. Ron Rivera, Sam Howell has been struggling a little bit, and their offensive line is terrible. So I expect the Falcons here to pull off a victory. Going on to the 49ers and Cleveland Browns, probably my favorite matchup of this week. Two powerhouse teams. Obviously, the Browns are not, on the 49ers tier, which is why I expect the 49ers to win here. But both have good defenses and both have solid quarterbacks. But the 49ers also have Christian McCaffrey, who's in the MVP race, and they just have talent all over. George Kittle had an amazing game last week, finally, for my fantasy team. And Deebo Samuel they still have, Ayuk they still have, and it's just amazing team they have. 49ers here, I don't predict them losing. I'm not going to predict them losing pretty much any week unless they go against the Chiefs at some point. Even then, I might still pick the 49ers. So, yeah, 49ers here against over the Browns here, in my opinion. Saints versus Texans. Give me the Texans, actually. The Saints are a solid defense, and they held Bill Belichick and the Patriots to 0 points last week, or was it 0 or 3 points? I forgot which one it was, but they destroyed the Patriots, and obviously the Patriots are just absolutely terrible right now. So give me the Texans, and I know they lost to the Falcons, but give me the Texans here. I think CJ Stroud is going to have a bounce back game here, and he still hasn't thrown an interception, which is absolutely insane. The Saints aren't that scary of a team, to be honest, and they do have Alvin Kamara back, but I just feel the Texans win here. So give me the Texans over the Saints. And Panthers versus Dolphins. Yikes. The Panthers, man. The only winless team in football, and it's going to stay that way because they're facing pretty much the hottest team in football right now, not named the 49ers, in the Miami Dolphins, who are favored to win by 13.5 points. Yikes. Okay, yeah. The Dolphins win here. Not much to say about that. Going on to the Seahawks and Bengals, probably my second favorite game here. This could be easily a shootout. Both have explosive offenses, or potential to have explosive offenses. Joe Burrow kind of finding his groove, finding his rhythm last week with Jamar Chase, who went off in a big way last week. I think Jamar Chase had like over 50 points in PPR leagues. Crazy. I think the second highest was DJ Moore. Shout out to him. But man, yeah, they seem to be clicking finally. Thank God, because they have been terrible the first 5 weeks, or the first 4 weeks before that. So I'm actually going to take the Bengals here. It could go either way here, guys. I won't be surprised, but I think Joe Burrow's finally found it with Jamar Chase, and when they start clicking, man, it is hard and damn near impossible to stop them. So give me the Bengals here. Colts versus Jags. Colts don't have Anthony Richardson. Actually, at the time of recording this video, he has been placed on IR and could miss up to 4 to 8 weeks. Ouch. Not ideal for the guy you picked at 4th overall. That dude is made of glass, by the way, man. For being as big and athletic he is, this is the third time I believe he's been injured. He had an injury week 1, then got a concussion, and now this IR stuff. Man, he needs to stop doing that to himself. He needs to stop getting hurt. So I'm going to take the Jags here, especially with their backup quarterback. Jags have also just been playing amazing. They played last week amazing against the Bills. I expect them to win here against the Colts backup quarterback in Gardner Minshew, who isn't terrible, but I don't think they're going to beat the Jags here. Then we got the Vikings and Bears. I made a separate video on that. Go find out everything I said about that if you want. But I'm going to skip over that. Patriots versus Raiders. Give me the Raiders here. I was originally going to go with the Patriots, but man, they have been struggling so bad. Mac Jones, so bad, bro. He is terrible. I think he's thrown a pick 6 in like 2 weeks straight. And they have been outscored like 70-something to 3. In 8 quarters of football, they have only scored 3 points. Ouch. And I'm sorry, if Belichick doesn't win this one here, it might be time to have the conversation about calling for his job. I'm being serious here. I mean, this organization is just not doing anyone any favors, and Bill Belichick, man, is kind of being spread too thin with being the general manager and the head coach at the same time. And by the way, he's a terrible general manager. Greatest head coach of all time, probably, but terrible general manager. And that Juju deal is looking absolutely terrible also, may I add. Detroit versus Bucks up next. Give me the give me the Lions here. I don't know why I said the Bucks, but yeah, give me the Lions here. The Lions are only favored for 3 points. I don't know why, but okay. Maybe they expect the Bucks to be doing better or to do better this game. Baker Mayfield has been playing decent, but I don't think it'll be enough to beat the Detroit Lions. They are just an amazing team. And even when they missed all those players last week, they still put up 42 on the Panthers, which, yeah, the Panthers are the Panthers, but they were still missing a lot of players. So, yeah, give me the Lions here. I'm pretty sure they're going to win by at least a touchdown or more. Going on to the Cardinals and Rams game, another divisional matchup for the NFC, or what is that, NFC West? I think so. Cardinals versus Rams. Give me the Rams here. Cardinals, yeah, they're competitive. I will give them that. The Cardinals have been competitive, but they just can't pull it off. They can't pull off the W. And the Rams just got back Cooper Kupp. They still have Puka Nacua, who's been going absolutely nuts as a rookie. Tutu Atwell, still a great receiving option at number 3. They traded away Van Jefferson, but they weren't really using him anyway. Surprised they even got anything out of him in general. But yeah, give me the Rams here. I think Matthew Stafford's, picking it up a little bit more, especially now that they got Cooper Kupp back. Yeah, I don't think the Cardinals really stand a chance here against the LA Rams and also Aaron Donald on that defense. Philly versus New York Jets. Give me the Eagles here. Zach Wilson isn't great, but he's been playing a lot better than he normally does. Albeit he hasn't been playing, not great defenses, but he is playing solid, So, either way, give me the Eagles. They just have a dominant defense, a dominant defensive line. And even though they haven't been playing as good as last year, I would say, they're still winning football games. And at the end of the day, if you win by 1 point in every single game, you're still 17-0. So it doesn't matter. And I think they're going to win here against Zach Wilson and the Jets. If they had Aaron Rodgers, it'd probably be a different story. But obviously, we will never know. New York Jets versus the Buffalo Bills. Man, the Giants are absolutely disappointing this year. Yikes. And I know they haven't had an easy schedule. And guess what? It doesn't get any easier. They're going against the Buffalo Bills. And yes, they lost to the Jags. But honestly, that was just one off game from Josh Allen. I don't think he has it twice in a row, and especially against the New York Giants, who, even though Kayvon Thibodeau and Xavier McKinney are doing decent or whatever, but that's about it. I think they get Saquon back this week, hopefully, but I don't think it's going to be enough against the Buffalo Bills. Give me the Bills here. They're favored by 14 points. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, Bills here over the Giants. Probably want to go over on that. Then the final game, Chargers versus Cowboys. This is a very interesting matchup, too. Probably my third favorite game here. Chargers versus Cowboys, another shootout potential game here. Although Dak Prescott is kind of holding his team back, and we kind of saw it last week against the 49ers. And yes, they're the best defense in the league, but still, man, getting blown out 42-10 with the amount of talent that you have on offense is almost inexcusable at this point, especially when you got CeeDee Lamb, Tony Pollard, and just other guys on the offense that can get it done, and you still get destroyed 42-10. Nah. You don't. That's not what you want from your quarterback. Going to this game, they do get Austin Eckler back this game. I think the Chargers are going to pull this off. The Cowboys have been facing pretty easy teams, and that's the only team that they've been winning against is easy teams. And then they go against, they lost against the Cardinals, and then they got destroyed by the 49ers. I think the Chargers take it here, especially with Austin Eckler coming back. They're going to absolutely destroy the Cowboys defense, and especially since they don't have Trayvon Diggs either, I think the Chargers take it here. So there you guys have it. Let me know if you guys agree with me on this. I know I'm kind of going through this a little bit faster than before. I just don't want to make these videos way too long. So hope you guys understand. Bear down on them out.